Seagrass. What is it? You've maybe seen dark patches of it in the water from the shore or gotten some tangled in your toes while going to the beach. Seagrass is the world's only flowering plant that can live underwater. It's often confused with seaweed, but like with most plants, seagrasses have roots, stems, and leaves and produce flowers, fruits, and seeds. You may not be able to see it all the time, but seagrass is actually an incredibly important part of a thriving global ecosystem. It supports a diverse range of fauna, providing habitat, shelter, and food. Threatened animals such as green turtles, seahorses, and sea dragons rely on the seagrass species Posidonia australis here in Sydney Harbour in Sydney, Australia. Hi there, I'm Sydney Richardson. I'm from California, USA. I'm a PhD student in mechanical engineering at Stanford University. But for this week, I'm here in Sydney, Australia, working on restoring the endangered marine seagrass species, Posidonia australis, working with the Sydney Institute for Marine Science in order to try and rejuvenate those habitats. Here in Sydney, one of the main species of seagrass that these creatures rely on is Posidonia australis, the largest of the species in Sydney, a bright green, slow-growing, strap-like grass that can grow to over 80 centimeters long. Posidonia provides a nursery habitat and feeding ground for these endangered animals alongside recreationally important fish such as bream, mullet, leatherjackets, and garfish.
Posidonia is one of the main habitats for the white seahorse, which is an incredibly cute little seahorse that is also endangered, and it's endangered because we're losing the habitat.
Posidonia seagrass also helps humans. It protects water quality by filtering the ocean water and distributing nutrients. It stabilizes sediments on the seabed with vast systems of interlocking roots. It essentially holds our beaches in place. It improves air quality through removal and burial of carbon via photosynthesis and life cycling. Despite all of these amazing things Posidonia seagrass can do, here in Sydney Harbour and all around New South Wales, it's an endangered species. Human intervention has caused immense loss of this vital habitat, with up to 75% of the Posidonia australis in New South Wales undergoing decline, and in Sydney Harbour, annual losses being greater than 10% of meadow area declining every single year. Let's hear from the experts how exactly humans are the leading cause of this degradation.
One of the main issues of the depletion of seagrasses in heavily urbanized environments like Sydney Harbour has been unregulated boating activities and marinas. In places where we have healthy and lush Posidonia meadows, now we have marinas.
In these marinas, block and chain swing moorings provide permanent anchorage for boats. A concrete block which displaces seagrass serves as the anchor and a chain attaches to the boats. The boat swings with wind and currents, causing the chain to drag across the seabed and seagrass, leaving a circular bare patch around the mooring block. Though moorings are the leading cause of degradation, dredging, water pollution, trampling, and climate change put further pressure on these sensitive seagrasses. Though Posidonia australis is facing some big challenges from human influence, people are now trying to restore these once thriving environments. In the next video, we'll learn about Project Restore and how researchers at the Sydney Institute of Marine Science are hard at work on reviving these once thriving seagrass ecosystems.
Every single successful conservation story that I've ever heard about comes from individual citizens that cared about something so deeply that they made a difference. And it really does work